Welcome back. But if this is your first time here, thank you for joining me. Welcome again to my tens and tens of friends. It's me, Teacher TJ. Today we will be rewinding and reviewing Abbott's Elementary Season 1, Episode 13, Zoo Balloon. This episode begins with some children having to stay behind from the field trip because they didn't get their permission slip signed. Um, the children that that stay behind stay with Mr. Johnson, the school janitor. Taylor volunteers to chaperone on a field trip. Jacob's boyfriend, I think they're still boyfriends, Zach and Tariq volunteer as well. Because Tariq is such a loser, losers going to do what losers do. He trades a kid for their lunch. Ava tells Janine that they're actually not supposed to legally be going on a field trip to the zoo. Janine lets us know that about Tariq's improvements, which include him doing some shows and waking up early meaning 11:50 or 11:30 or something like that. Whichever, it's actually still late, but she's happy for him. Tariq says he doesn't know why people be acting like keeping kids is so hard. People who act like watching other people's kids, especially a bunch of them, is no big deal. I think that they are either mean AF or the kids are scared of them. So, they don't do anything but look there and look scared, sit there and look scared. Or I think that they're too nice so that the kids just do whatever they want to. So yeah, any of those things would absolutely be easy. But we should see how this goes. Before leaving, Mr. Johnson brings Gregory, one of his students, and the students are on a bus. And they have not left the school yet, but Barbara's nerves seem to be shot. I don't know what's bothering her, but we'll figure it out. Meanwhile, the students on Melissa and Zach's bus are turned, okay? They turned all the way up. I love a turned up bus on the way of a field trip. But when we on our way back, I prefer everybody just go to sleep. Let's play the quiet game. Janine, Gregory, Barb, and Tariq are the teachers on a bus together, and we get to see how much Tariq is really not boyfriend material. He got an email, and it says, and then he says to Janine, bruh, I just got an email from the headquarters, and they want me to do a school tour and a record. Tariq goes on to say that he has a rap beat with Jadakiss because Jadakiss stole his laugh. Ha ha! Or something like that. Stealing someone's laugh is crazy work. But we know for real that Tariq is crazy work, so that's, yeah, makes sense. Meanwhile, the kids that are left behind with Mr. Johnson are tasked with doing some cleaning, of course. At the zoo, they retired the zoo mascot, and Barbara finds that information troubling. Tariq is walking around the zoo freestyling. He almost says something inappropriate until Janine stops him. Fast forward, and the teachers realize that someone, Kenny, in Tariq's group is missing. Turns out the student was in a hot air balloon. Once Janine sees that Kenny was in a hot air balloon, she has to go up into the hot air balloon, and then the conductor begins to sell the hot air balloon. Janine is afraid of heights, so this is a lot for her, especially considering that Kenny was not one of her students. I remember a teacher saying to a director that that's not my student, and the director almost wrote her up. She definitely let us all know that all of the students were our students, regardless of who classroom they were in, and I kind of dug that, like, for sure. On the ground, Melissa reminds Barbara that she is a great teacher. Meanwhile, Janine is on an unwanted hot air balloon ride, and she realizes that sometimes we just have to do things that we just don't want to do. Janine and Kenny make it back to the ground, which is great. Meanwhile, when they get back, Tariq asks Janine, what did Kenny say to her, because he knew, like, Kenny was not one of his dogs. I guess Kenny was the op. Towards the end of this episode, Janine does her and Tariq's handshake with him, which of course ends with her making it rain on him. And that kills me softly every time. The season or school year ends, and Gregory is excited for the next school year because he will be a teacher. Barbara tells Janine that she had an amazing school year and she thanks her for staying at Abbott Elementary where she belongs. Which is interesting because the mascot that aged out at the zoo has had her feeling like she didn't belong. Personally, I feel like I've seen enough people go through retirement to know that retiring is not an age thing. It's like a feeling or a mindset. The rush to be done with working and to retire without anything to focus on is only a rush to depression. Um, According to studies, people who retire early and don't have anything to do usually end up depressed. Having something to do every day, then going to having absolutely nothing to do can be the end for some people, actually. Janine reflects and realizes that all is well that ends well. And at the end of the day is going to end. Shout out to Glorilla. Mr. Johnson reads the assignment that the children completed, which was about children's who were their superheroes. And the assignment was pretty touching because a lot of the superheroes were teachers. The assignment touched Mr. Johnson so much that he put them in his favorite place, the trash. Thanks again to my tens and tens of friends. I am so happy that you joined in and stayed to the end. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe and share. Why? Because sharing is caring. Bye for now. Welcome back. 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 Is really not boyfriend material. Janine is afraid of heights. Janine is afraid of heights. When they get back, Tariq asks Jen she had an amazing school year, and she thanks her for staying at Abbott Elementary.